And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing FortressCraft Evolved. Alright, so iron needs to be moved. And for now, I'm going to take this away. Take those. See, it really wasn't that much iron to begin with, so I'm not too sad that we have to move it. Unfortunately, the area that we're moving it to really isn't all that big either. I mean, 121,000 really. But whatever, kind of have to take what you can get sometimes. So we're going to put the miner right here. And we're going to put the drill head in. And some hoppers. Okay, go there and hopper. I would like to bring another hopper down here. And that's tin, right? Yeah. I would like to bring another hopper. That way I can actually... That was supposed to be a hopper. Hopper. That way I can actually pull 400 at a time, which is exactly 100 ingots. So it would be nice to be able to do that. I do have a few ingots saved up, so we can expand. Alright, let's hop back up here. And grab the ingots that are done. And one more. There we go. Now you have to be careful. This initial smelter, once you place it, you can actually move it. One of the upgrades that you can do eventually, I forgot what research enables it, but you have to get a better build gun. So this gun that I'm using is your kind of first tier build gun, and there actually is another build gun that you can get. So, geological surveyor. That is something we're going to eventually use. But unfortunately, I don't know which research gives you the better build gun. I mean, it might be alloys. It could be this one. It could be this one. I'm not sure. And these are pretty expensive researches. Actually, really expensive. I mean, 25XL pods. That's nickel based. That's several hundred nickel. And I just don't have that sort of production at all. So these are all nice and full. These are working hard. I don't want to interrupt this process. It's producing my two basic ores for me, which I need. You use so much copper and tin. After copper and tin, probably the most used ingot is titanium. So I want another smelter, and I want to set it up in a way that I won't need to move it. So I think let's move this out of here and maybe put it somewhere, maybe here is a good spot. I have that gun that was right here, but I don't really think it's useful right there anymore. Did put a main hopper up here just to supply these with coal on a consistent basis. I can start pulling coal out of that mine. I can start pulling it. I'd like to pull it out of this just to get rid of this. I don't want to waste it, but I do want to get rid of it. So let's plan on our next tier of smelter going like right here. That way I can add a bunch of hoppers to input and a bunch of hoppers to output. And I can just manually slap in, 400 ore and get 100 ingots out. So let's bite the bullet and build the new smelter. And that will probably be put right here. So if I put it here, I'm not interfering with anything, because once you place it, you can't actually move it. You see, I'm trying to remove it. It says it's too hard. You're going to have to upgrade the build gun. So I can't actually move it yet. One thing I could do is I want a forced induction and a level 2 forced induction. I'm going to slap that on the top. So this is exactly the same setup I have right here. And I want to get rid of that and get rid of all of these. So the next thing we need is some hoppers. And we've got some tin and we've got some iron. So we can just kind of go crazy with these. So the hopper wise, I want... Let's put, if I do inputs on this side, it kind of leaves me with some expansion. So if I do remove only, and then add only, that means it removes them here and puts them in here. And now I can just set up hoppers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8 hoppers. That's enough for 200 bars. So I need one more hopper. And that is enough. All of those will turn into just 2 of these. Kind of sad, but so now we can, excuse me, robot. There we go. We can now smelt 800 ingots at a time. Go explore, pick up more ingots, come back, pick up all the ingots that we smelted, and it will be glorious. So let's smelt all of this lithium. And then one of the irons. So that will be pretty much 175 lithium and then 25 iron ingots. And lithium and iron are, we just used a whole bunch of iron, but lithium is going to be a vital ingot due to the batteries that we're going to need. Alright, so let's see. So yeah, we're going to need so much nickel and titanium. So the first priority is to get power somehow down to the titanium area. We really want to get power down there and put it directly into the ore extractors. So, and that is way down there. And with the amount of power that these actually consume, I don't think it's too much. I think it might be like 2 power. So literally one of these should be enough to keep 3 of those extractors going without too many problems. As long as we don't have any batteries down there, we should be good. If we do have batteries, we're going to want lasers as defense. Otherwise, the camel bots will start to steal power, and that would make me very, very sad. So we need charged PCBs, which are lithium based. And I think I made tin plates. Let's make some lithium PCBs. What else did you need for lasers? Iron plate, we've got plenty of. So I'm just making some charged PCBs, and I can make some lasers. Now, the other elements are going to be the power transmission. So we can't afford these, and we really need these in order to really beef up our production, because these actually can send a lot of power. 4 times the power of these green ones. So we want a few of these. Let's get like 10. And we want a bunch of these. I mean, I don't know if we're going to need 20, but I want a few on me. We're not really wasting them because we can actually craft them into the better versions later on. Once we have the nickel and titanium, we can actually use them. So it's 24 nickel and titanium to craft them like that. Otherwise, it would be 32. So you save, what, 32, 24, I don't know, 8 of it, each ingot, crafting them like that. So it's pretty handy. Okay, do we have any PCBs? Let's grab some lasers. Oh. I want that to be add only. No, I want it to be remove only. I keep hitting E to open inventory, which is something from Minecraft, and it's so frustrating. Okay, so power going down to the depths. I'm thinking I want to put power against this wall going down. No, let's go down there and kind of scope it out and see where the ores. So we have coal in the way here, and we have coal in the way again. We have this huge amount of tin in the way on this side. How about, here's a big copper vein. This is that monster copper vein, I think. 1 million copper right here. Because you gotta imagine this is going to be a 9x9 eventually. So there's another big copper vein right in the way. Now this might not be too big. No, I was wrong. 3.2 million this time. So yeah, if I think I put it on that back wall, that would miss that. So we've got some iron down here. I think, oh, that's a torch. Come on. Okay, torch, you need to stop. Oh my god. So yeah, that iron is not very big. I don't think that would interfere with that back wall. Let's kind of go a little bit further. So yeah, that back wall would work. I'm going to have to get creative in how I dig down. All right, let's get back up. So this back wall is a pretty good place to place to put it. So like this back wall is where I want the beams. And like this, we're going to need to go down every 64 blocks. So it's nice when the lasers are spaced in such a way that you know, because my depth right now is minus 64. And I know that at whatever increment of 64, I need to put a battery. So since I'm on 64, the level that I'm on requires a battery. And if I just pick an arbitrary place to put the battery, I mean maybe the back corner. It's kind of an arbitrary place. You can see I put that there. So if I want the back corner, I'm going to need a battery right there. And I need something to beam into it. Luckily, we have a bunch of power over here. And let's see, right here is where I need it. Or I can put it over here. This is kind of why I built 20 of these. And so that's charging that up. I put one under here. That will beam down and should start charging that up as soon as it hits 64. There it is. It's starting to charge. So the first step is done. We still have a ways to go. Every 64 blocks, it adds up pretty fast on how many transmitters you need. In the newer versions of the game, the ones that are not really out yet, there really isn't a bleeding edge branch yet, because the developer is doing a lot of work in getting the game transferred over to a new version of Unity. So that is why it's sort of not bleeding edge anymore, but it will be as soon as there's a stable version of the bleeding edge. So I want that to go down. So I need to go down. Another increment of 64 is 128. So I need to go down to 128 and do the same thing I did here. So I can actually kind of dig underneath, and there's a huge cave system right here, which is not cool. But I can go down to 128 and do that same thing. For some reason I'm getting attacked. I'm not actually really generating that much power, but oh well. So 79, so let's just go down to 128. I hope I don't run into any caves, because that would really suck. Six, 27, 28. So since I'm on 128, the next block down has to be a battery. So if I go one down, put a battery, and I can kind of cut my way back to make my way under again. See, now the battery's getting charged. And I know that I can put a laser right underneath. There we go. Now I need to go down another 64, which is 192. Just to be on the safe side. Okay. One of the things I hate is dropping. So I want another battery. That. See, that's getting charged. These first few, you know, power, this first little bit of power going this deep is really crazy. But once you have it going down this far, there's a lot of things that you can do, a lot of things that open up that you can do now that you've got power. Especially with the batteries. I mean, if you run low on power, you can just go to the battery and charge up. You don't need to, you don't need to charge again at the surface. Okay. Okay. Right here. Oh. Well, we're almost at 256, which is where we want to be. Minus 256, we need to put another battery. And this battery is a little more risky. Camelbots love this level. And they will attach themselves to that battery if they can. So you want to give yourself a little bit of room, like that, and place the turret. It won't shoot very often, but if a Camelbot comes down here, it should shoot the Camelbot. Well, that is the first step in our mission of getting a little deeper. So come back next time for a little bit more transmission of power down to the depths. So I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.